Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. It is a beautiful California morning, 61 degrees, crisp, cool. Just the way every day should be. So when you're producing your podcast, have you identified what your workflow is, what your process is? If you haven't, that's one of the most important things that you need to do. Without a good process, without a good workflow, it's going to take you forever to get your broadcast out. Today, another episode of Affairs of Affluence is supposed to be out. Tomorrow is supposed to be Silicon Valley Connections. So I'll be busy today and tomorrow. I'll give you a little bit insight on how production goes on that. But since I'm coming up with multiple shows, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to span them out and get them out on a certain day. So I can always be late if it comes to that because my schedule is busy by a day or so. But if I span out 2 or 3 days, then I'll move it to the next week. Just so I can get the audience used to that particular show coming on a specific day. One thing you need to keep in mind is that people love routines. They love to be in a comfort zone. If you can get them in a comfort zone in your show, that they come out every so often, that they're X amount of minutes, that's what they'll come to expect. Occasionally you can change it up a little, but you better have one good excuse to do so. Your audience will be forgiving, but you just better make sure if you're going to make a change, just let them know what you're doing. Don't just change and expect them to come across with it. They may bitch and complain, but they'll get used to it and they'll move on. Don't forget, your content always have to be good. I also made a change to the camera setting. There seems to be a windscreen filter option, so I activated that and we'll see how well it works. Before testing out the camera, it was picking up the wind dramatically and you really couldn't hear what I was saying, even at a close range. So hopefully, with that activated, I can go ahead and speak to you outside and not have to worry that much about windage. Go and get dog food for the little ones. The last thing you want is to wake up in the morning and have 3 eyes staring at you. Yeah, 3. One of them only has 1 eye. For those of you who are just starting off right now vlogging and trying to figure out what you want to vlog, have you figured out what you want to talk about? If you haven't, if you're not sure exactly what that's supposed to be, then you start with your passion. What is it that you're passionate about? Start there, and that should help you develop a topic. If you're not sure how to start your first video, just start it. Don't worry about it. Just start. Don't worry about saying hello or welcome to my first show or anything identifying like that. Just start talking. just finished editing and uploading episode number 1 for the vlog on YouTube, so I'll finish that up a little bit later tonight, getting the post done on the website, which is cognitiveaggregator.com. I still need to find a shorter name for it. I wanted to do Koga, C-O-G-A, but that was taken already, so we'll have to see. I'll have to find something. If you have any ideas, feel free to share them. So the next time I see you, we will be getting ready to go over some of the outline for Affairs of Affluence and Silicon Valley Connections. I just finished recording Affairs of Affluence episode 3 and Silicon Valley Connections episode 1. When you're doing your recording, I highly recommend that if you're a beginner and you're not sure what to do, is that you either outline or you script everything out. It's perfectly okay which way you go. You can ad-lib it if you want. All that matters is that you sound coherent when you're speaking, that you're able to speak in full thought, and you're not constantly going or stopping or everything else. That's going to just make editing a lot harder for you down the road. If you script it out, then you know exactly what to say. There's no chance of you wandering off into a tangent. You could also need to decide what kind of show you want to do. Is it something that you're just going to have commentary on with your opinion, or you're going to have guests on the show? Either or, they're handled completely differently. And whether or not you're just doing opinion or news or topics, or you're having a panel on, each one is handled different, and you're going to have to understand exactly the dynamics of the different types of shows that you can have. It's a very broad spectrum, and you choosing and finding which one that you feel more comfortable with, the earlier you do that, the better. Also, if you're brand new, one thing you have to keep in mind is that do not expect to receive any type of feedback or commenting or anything for the first several shows. It may take you 6 to 18 months for you to get a good following, a good audience. If you want to know who to share your show with as soon as it's published, share it with all of your friends. Start with them. If you have a Facebook page, post it there. Post it on Twitter. Use all types of social media outlets as possible. Not everybody's going to find it, and nobody's going to know about it if you don't talk about it. So don't be shy. And also don't be intimidated by what you see behind me. This will all be explained at a later time. Right now we just want to get as many shows up as possible, as many quality shows up as possible that you can at least learn from. If you're a seasoned vlogger or a seasoned broadcaster, please go ahead and leave a video response below so that others may learn from you as well. If you're new, go ahead and leave a video response below as well, so we may at least try to help you and find out which way we can best serve. It's all about a community helping each other. It's either you want to be part of us or you're going to just stay on the sidelines. If you stay on the sidelines, then you're basically going to be on your own because it's your choice. You have an option. You can come with us, be part of our community, be part of our family, and we can help you and see you grow. And that's what we love the most, to see others grow, see shows that take off. There are a lot of different topics and a lot of different people with different thoughts out there. Yours is another one. Yours, you're looking at it from an angle that nobody else sees it. Your perception is completely different than everybody else's, and there's nothing wrong with sharing that. And with that, I'm going to call it a night. I hope you enjoyed the first video. I hope you learned a lot about the piece of equipment that's being used. I'll go over the settings at a later time. But if you have any questions, feel free to call me. You can contact me via my website, Twitter, YouTube, or in LinkedIn. Have a good night.